guys, I'm Naley Gonzalez and welcome back to my channel. As I've shared nonstop, I'm expecting my second child in now just a few short weeks. With that preparation, I'm also working on self-publishing my first novel by this fall. For my last writing video, I shared how I didn't meet my goals as I expected, but that I wasn't and I'm still not upset about it. It's obvious we've all got things to do. Everyone is busy in some way. Whether it's working a full-time job, being a student, being a parent, and so on. Something has our attention for a majority of the day. But we're gonna cut down on your distress and make your writing dreams come true by discussing how to balance writing while living your life. Before becoming a full-time writer and author-tuber, I worked as a part-time bookseller and went to school with the intent of majoring in parapsychology. Throughout this time, and even before, I also happened to be writing a book. A couple books, actually, as it pretty much goes for all of us. We all start off by working what society deems a real job, and fit in writing when, where, and if we can. I can attest that it's far from fun, and it makes your dream of a finished novel feel like it's exactly that. Just a dream. But it isn't to say it's impossible. I was, and I still am, able to do it, and I know that you can and will too. All you need is to remember these things. Number one, it will be tough. The biggest excuse as to why people want to write but never do is that it's so hard to fit into their schedule. I bet it wasn't hard to binge watch that entire season on Netflix on your day off. Writing a book is hard, period. Throwing in another mandatory full-time responsibility doesn't make it any easier. Yet people still get it done. Hard does not equate impossible. Nothing in life is easy, so decide now if this is a battle you're willing to fight. You didn't learn to walk in a day. That shit took practice. And if baby you didn't make excuses, why should grown-up you? Number two, face the reality. No one knows your schedule better than you. Meaning, if you're juggling too many things at once and are still putting in effort to write a book, understand that it may be a while before you finish that first draft. I went from bookseller to student to full-time mom, all writing in between. And while to non-writers I looked like I had all the free time in the world, I didn't. I had and still have some responsibilities pertaining to each one. If you have a bunch of assignments or a test to prepare for, or if everyone in your house, child and adult, is sick, your writing isn't going to happen during that time. It's important to hold yourself to a strict and realistic schedule. If your goal is to have writing as a career, then treat it like it already is your career. But don't let everything else in your life fall apart because of it, especially if it ain't paying your bills just yet. And just because it isn't doesn't mean you should tear yourself down about it. It's also important to note that you should do what you want and consider a priority. After talking with my husband Robert, I left my job as a bookseller to write full-time. He's always been supportive of my goal to be a writer, and it worked for us financially. I started this novel 11 years ago during my freshman year of high school and worked on it between school, eventually work, then college, and finally becoming a mom. And that was just the first draft. It took a sliver of that time to write the first draft of the second novel as a full-time writer. Not everything will be as fast as you want. It may not be perfect, but you've got what it takes to make it work. Number three, vocalize your career. I've seen a lot of back and forth with this in the writing community, but as a way to take your writing seriously, consider telling others about your work and your career as a writer. I won't lie, it was weird for me to do so at first, and it was annoying to hear the ridiculous responses I would get when I would tell people I'm a writer or I'm busy writing. Actually, it's still pretty annoying. But while you don't have to tell every person you meet, it is important to make it clear to close friends and family so they'll learn to respect your time working. There will be some people who will flat out just not understand that writing is a job. How there's a good chance they won't even care. So depending on the person, you may need to be a bit more forceful about your boundaries. Number four, make sacrifices. You've heard it before. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What matters is how you use them. Take into account what takes up a majority of your time. This means school and work, as well as tending to your personal hygiene, which is important, preparing and eating meals for yourself and possibly others, sleeping, and, all other things required to live. Now, if you're going to write a book between all of these, you're going to need to sacrifice some things. Do you binge watch entire seasons of Netflix or Hulu? Yeah, you're gonna stick to just one episode a day now. Reward yourself with it after a writing session if you must. Do you go out clubbing with your friends every weekend? You should probably just let that go, because there's a slim chance you'll find the one at a bar. And I'm sure you're tired of keeping that one friend from fighting everyone when they've had a little too much to drink. You know the one I'm talking about. If not, then it's you. If you're not ready to cut back or remove time wasters, then that book idea is staying an idea. Assess your habits and lifestyle and decide what's more of a priority to you. Turning writing into your career or witnessing your friend vomiting up all the alcohol they've consumed for the 5th weekend in a row. I sincerely hope that the latter is not more meaningful to you than completing your novel. Number 5, schedule that shit. You're gonna do what's best for you, but a planner will help you understand just how much time you're actually working with. A lot of us are chaotic to begin with, and organization will help ease that pain, even if implemented just a little bit. I personally use a daily planner that breaks my day down by the hour, but feel free to use whatever you're comfortable with. It can be whatever apps on your phone, a calendar, or lists. It may be overwhelming at first, but you'll be surprised by how much time you have and what you'll manage to get done. Number 6, use your time effectively. Not every minute will or can be spent writing, but use your free time to do something writing related. Sometimes I'll write in the few minutes that I have between errands. Other times I join in on the writing community online, or I'll read up on self-publishing articles or watch authortube videos. It all depends on what you have the energy and mental space for. Number 7, break down your goals. Sometimes you're not going to have as much time as you want. 30 minutes here, 10 minutes there. To make this work for you, break down your tasks and goals into smaller, more manageable ones. This gets your work done faster and makes it less overwhelming. Number 8, reward yourself. Remember when I said watch only one Netflix episode a day? This is where that comes into play. You worked 8 hours, maybe more for some of you, and the last thing you want to do is work even more. Well, now's the time to treat yourself. You wrote that chapter, now you get to watch that episode. You wrote 2 chapters? Watch 2 episodes. Eat a slice of cake or even a full pint of ice cream. Don't worry, I won't judge you. Just don't make it a habit because writer's butt is a thing. Find ways to make the process enjoyable. This way you don't feel like you're driving yourself up a damn wall. Number 9, have outside encouragement. I can tell you endless stories of people trying to get me out of writing to do things they wanted, but I won't drive you insane with that bullshit. Surround yourself with people who understand and get what you're doing. These people should hold you accountable and ask how your writing is going. Not often, but enough to make you sweat. We all need someone to support us, and if you don't have someone in your immediate corner, you do have access to the writing community. Join in on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, forums, and the like. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The writing community is usually super friendly, supportive, and you're likely to meet other writers starting out just like you. And lastly, number 10, extort free resources. Time is precious, and if you've got a job or some other important responsibility, you may not be able to include something like a formal education in writing. But here's the secret, you don't need it to become a successful author. Take advantage of any and all free resources to you. Borrow books on writing, self-publishing, and agents from your local public library. Use internet to gain access to blogs, articles, and YouTube channels dedicated to the writing process. And remember that your time is limited as is, so work smarter, not harder. And that's all, folks. It's all you need to know to get your novel done and live your life. In the most realistic way, at least. As a side note, keep in mind that you're going to be dead tired some days. You'll have the time, but zero energy. Not even to engage with the writing community. Do not beat yourself up about this. Instead, take that time to unplug, have a bubble bath, or just sleep. Once you've reset, get back to it. Your mental and physical health will thank you for it. I hope this gets you closer to getting that novel done. Give this video a thumbs up for more like it. Subscribe to my channel for more writing content. Turn on your notifications so you never miss an update. And follow me on social media. As always, thanks for watching, writers. Until next time.